This is fun.
For now.
You're so excited.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, my name is Lisa and I'm the Viet vegan because I'm Viet and I'm vegan, and today I'm joined by
Spice Master Flex. Eddie.
My partner, Eddie. Spice Master Flex, apparently.
Yeah.
Where'd that come from?
I don't know.
Have you been thinking about that?
No.
Okay, all right.
That's why it was so terrible.
Okay. Today we're doing the Spicy Noodle Challenge, also known as the Fire Noodle Challenge, with these 2 times spicy noodles. They're Korean and they are accidentally vegan. And it has been confirmed by Sarah from Sarah's Vegan Kitchen because she emailed the company and they responded to her, and I also found it. I'll insert a screenshot. There's an email from the actual company. So they're vegan. Woo!
Did your research? You're not excited that they're vegan now, are you? You're scared.
Cooking them made my nose kind of burn a little bit. So we're gonna do the Fire Noodle Challenge and answer some questions, and there's like a method. We can't quell the spice with anything except water, because like water doesn't really do anything to it because, you know, it's oil.
I'm going to do my best to finish the noodles before I drink water, but that's not gonna happen.
And while we accomplish that, we're going to answer some of your questions. So on my Instagram post, I asked a few questions, and also I know there's a video where I asked people for questions before, but I couldn't remember which video it was, so I don't have those questions. But I do have a list of other questions that people keep asking me that I wrote down. So we have no shortage of questions. Should we take our first bite and then answer some questions?
Sure.
All right, dig in. So they're like not quite instant noodles. They're like cook first and then sauce up noodles.
Are you ready?
Why did I stir it up? I just coated it in more oil. All right, here we go. Why are you eating it like that?
Ooh.
Oh, not that spicy.
I have a sore throat right now, so this is gonna be fun.
I actually quite like the sauce. Oh, there's a spice.
Sneaks up on you.
I think we can do this. All right.
Yeah, you say that 2 bites in.
It'll be fine. Okay.
I lied about not wanting to water.
I'm gonna sweat though. I'm already sweaty, so. So the first question on my Instagram post. Oh, okay, now it's hitting me. How did Eddie feel when you moved in together and you asked that there be no meat in the fridge?
It wasn't really an issue because I was, you know, respectful of my partner. At the time I was still eating meat. I would just not eat it at home. But yeah, I just wouldn't bring meat into the house, and it wasn't really an issue.
I think there was one time we ordered pizza and it was with my cousin and my brother, and they were kind of being jerks about not eating meat. Would you like a napkin?
Nothing good.
Normally I would just use the other napkins, but I don't really want spicy oil on my clothes.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, I think it was like from the very beginning, I never wanted meat in my house anyway. But there was one time we ordered pizza for my brother and Lily and you, and I just asked that you guys eat it because I didn't want any of it left in the house.
Yep.
Oh. Next question. This is from, the first question was from Steph the Vegan. The next question is, a girl named Elisa. What is Eddie's fave Vietnamese dish? What's your favorite thing to cook? And for the both of you, if you had to choose one dish to eat for the rest of your lives, what would you eat? Let's start off with your favorite Vietnamese dish.
I'm gonna go classic white boy and say pho. I like it.
More than any other dish that is like Vietnamese?
Yeah, I think so, because like, we've had a bunch, but I mean like, that's probably the most memorable.
You don't really like any of the other, I mean, you
like I like banh mi, but yeah, just like pho.
For the record, he normally eats a lot of really spicy food. Like he'll eat this kind of stuff for fun.
It's so fun.
You have like a hot sauce collection.
I do.
And we did like a hot sauce challenge.
Did we?
That fire one at the store.
Oh yeah. So we're at a store in Ottawa. There's literally a store of hot sauce.
It's around Christmas time. It's probably still there.
They dip a toothpick in the sauce and it's like, here you go. And when they give it to you, they look at you like you're stupid for trying it. And you were.
Yeah.
They specifically warned me not to lick my lips because my lips were chapped.
I think that was in general, not to lick your lips.
Maybe. The heat is coming though.
Holy moly. Can you eat it properly, please?
Try not to get it on my lips.
My mom would just get mad at you. What's your favorite thing to cook? Is this for me or for you? I mean, you don't really cook.
No.
So I guess my favorite thing to cook would be...
What if I do it like this?
As long as you put it in your mouth and not drag it up. Oh, come on. Would you like a spoon or a fork? I mean, slurping's fine. That's fine. You're just gonna get spice down your...
That's what I was trying to avoid.
Well, I haven't been slurping it up. I'm fine. Oh, I'm like...
We're gonna need to get through some of these questions. I'm almost done.
I'm erupting in sweat. My favorite thing to cook, probably some sort of noodles. I really love noodles. I like to eat noodles. I'm like gonna start crying. If you had to choose one dish to eat for the rest of your life, what would you eat? noodles of some sort. Definitely not these noodles. No.
That's a tough one because like anything could be your favorite food. You'll start getting sick of it if you have it like even for 1 week, let alone the rest of your life.
Yeah, he's real sick of pizza.
I used to like pizza, and then I worked at a pizza place for a while, and then when you're out on productions for TV and stuff like that, the cheapest food that they can get is pizza, so a lot of times it's pizza for dinner.
So he really hates pizza now.
I don't hate it, I'm just very picky about it.
The next question from Carbs Are Happiness. Do you think you and Eddie could ever handle being in a long distance relationship? Where do you two see yourselves in 5 years? What are your favorite TV shows / movies to watch together? Favorite music? These are a lot of questions, man. Do you think we could handle a long distance relationship?
I think we could handle it. I think it would be very difficult.
I think it would suck.
Yeah, it would suck. And then you would be tempted by men.
Excuse me? I mean, before I met Eddie, I was in a long distance relationship for like 3 years. I can handle it. It's fine. It just sucks. It's expensive because you have to like go see each other. You miss out on like the things, like the little things, like just.
Or you don't see each other and it just sucks. You're essentially internet boyfriend and girlfriend.
Been there, done that. I like sharing the small moments, like coming home from work being like, well, I mean, I work from home, but for you, like coming home from work and just like talking about like, oh, like this production was a nightmare or whatever. I don't know.
Can you be able to finish that?
Oh yeah.
I feel like I should get a spoon.
If you want to. Where do you two see yourselves in 5 years?
That's a secret.
Is it?
I don't know.
We don't really know. Probably around here somewhere in Mississauga, maybe. How old will I be in 5 years? How old am I now? Am I 27? I'll be 32, you'll be 33. Yeah, we'll probably still be around.
I forgot a spoon.
I don't know. Hopefully still on YouTube. Hopefully still blogging. But we'll be here. We'll be together. For sure, Z's.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, I can't focus. It's so spicy. What are your favorite TV shows / movies to watch together? We don't watch that many TV shows together because we're never home / awake at the same time long enough to like do that.
Game of Thrones. Rick and Morty.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, maybe we have a lot of shows. Shameless, we've started watching Shameless because of Chris and Jasmine. It's really good, although sometimes they make really odd cinematography choices.
Yeah, every now and then the episode is just like...
They just get real experimental.
It's weird jump cuts or crossing the axis or something like that. It's just awful. The show's good. Well, some of it seemed to be just editing choices, not even just shooting choices.
We like watching Marvel movies and like superhero movies together. We watched all like the Marvel Netflix series.
Like The Defenders and Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones. And I think Punisher is getting his own series.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. But yeah, we watch like most things together. We watch a lot of YouTube together. Like we watch the PDS together. Like a lot of League videos. Like we watch Ankle Spanking together. Bunny Foo Foo, Dyrus, I'm a Cutie Pie, Lily Pichu.
Most of the League YouTubers are the ones that you watch, and I just kind of sit there with you. Favorite music? I don't really listen to a lot of music.
You like really gross mashups. They're awful.
I like mashups that I'm never allowed to listen to because Lisa hates them so much.
They're horrible.
They're great.
Okay, I have an issue is that I never remember the words to songs. So typically mashups are with songs that are very popular that I would know the words to.
Like Shake It Up.
Yeah.
Shake it up. Shake it up.
So when we're listening to these mashups, I think I know what's coming next, but then they like splice in another song and then I'm like caught off guard, and I don't like that. I don't like these shenanigans.
There's one called Girl Talk who did an album called All Day, which I really liked. And then, you know, your standard pop type top 40 stuff. I tend to like alternative rock type shit. I
mostly like indie music and sad music. I like top 40 stuff too because it's less effort to like learn those words. Oh, I just got another question. Oh Jesus, everything's watering. I can't see.
What tips do you guys have for people who are transitioning? That's a long comment, but that's basically the question.
Take it easy. I took like about a year to transition. There's no point in going vegan overnight and like not being able to sustain it and like going back to not being vegan 2 weeks later. So just take your time, learn to cook properly, learn like the proper, I guess, nutrition, or like read up on it, do your research. I try to do those kinds of videos. I know Caitlin Shoemaker from My Bowl or whatever. She did like a vegan starter kit video series. That's something that I've been meaning to do for a while. I've had it on my list since like I started the channel, but I just never ended up doing it. The TVA, the Toronto Vegetarian Association, is a really good resource for that. They have lots of articles and helpful tips and stuff like that. Build a network.
I'd say that if there's comfort foods that you would miss, like for example, burgers. People who transition, myself included, and granted I'm vegetarian, I'm not vegan, I'm just mostly vegan, whatever. When you go to get a veggie burger instead, consider the veggie burger as, it's like, this is the new hotness kind of thing. Like, don't try and convince yourself, don't try and compare it. Like, I'm gonna eat a veggie burger, it's gonna be just like a beef burger. Don't try and convince yourself of things like that. Just enjoy it for what it is. Like, this burger is just made with vegetables instead. One thing that like things like chicken, so there's a bunch of like chicken substitutes, like a bunch of different meat substitutes, and as long as you can accept that they're a new thing and don't try and compare them to the things that you loved from eating meat, that should make it a lot easier, because then you might not miss it as much.
Good advice.
Like every time someone's like, it's like, yeah, you want to try it, and then they'll like take a bite and like, nah. And it's like, because you're comparing it to a burger, like a beef burger. Just accept that this is how this burger tastes. It's like comparing McDonald's to Wendy's or whatever. They're just different.
Okay, just get away from me. Oh, they had more stuff. So like in terms of like having non-vegan ingredients.
I only read the first line.
These are important things. Well, when I decided to go vegan, like I buy things in bulk, and I was really into baking at the time. So like maybe like a week before, I had just bought 4 giant things of butter. And I was like, I just used them up because there's no point in like wasting them. Back then I was a student, so like I didn't have money to just like, here friend, take all my stuff. And then I will like buy everything new that's vegan. Like, you know, that's not always possible. So like just eat what you have and just finish it and just don't buy more. So like when I transitioned, I just essentially converted my fridge over to vegan over time. So like once I ran out of butter, I didn't buy like non-vegan butter, I just bought the vegan butter. Same thing with like broth stuff. Like I just used up all the broth. I ate my non-vegan noodles. I mean, for some people, they might like not be able to stomach it anymore, and in that case like give it to a friend or donate it or whatever. But yeah, don't feel guilty about like using up like non-vegan chocolate or whatever like that you have, because if you're like me and you stock up things when you buy things on sale, like use it up. I don't care.
Yeah, and like once you've bought the thing, as far as the consumer level, that's the damage is already done at that point, so you might as well just use it up and then just start clean.
Yeah, so I have some questions in the direct messages. I've been following your videos for a while. I'm also a vegan YouTuber. I started with mukbangs and recipes, and I seem to struggle with the following. I work full-time and try to find time to post once a week. I believe you were working full-time when you started YouTube. Do you have any tips or suggestions? So I'm still working full-time right now. It's not working out for me because I don't have a life. So when I first started the channel, I would post once a week, and that was like difficult for me to maintain at first because I didn't know how to edit. It was like a really long workflow. Like back then, videos would take me like 8 to 9 hours just to edit, let alone filming and prepping the recipe and all that kind of stuff. Now videos take me about 3 hours to edit, depending on what kind of video it is. If it's a video like this, there's lots, I have to like watch through and cut it a lot. It takes me longer. But if it's like a recipe video, I can just like kind of figure out, okay, adding salt, adding sugar, adding whatever. How I did it, I didn't have a life. I never left the house.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, and I didn't sleep very much.
Yeah, so like she works from home. You know, if like you're doing work in the morning and then say maybe over your lunch break, shoot while you're doing your lunch or doing what I ate in a day is whatever. But like throughout the day, the actual work day for your regular job, it ends up getting longer because breaks happen here and there. You get distracted, whatever. And then like if I come home at like 9 or 10 o'clock, depending on my day, then it's like, oh, from 10 till 1 in the morning, she has to edit or something like that. The work-life balance is hard, but especially since you don't have your 9 to 5 is a weird 9 to 5.
I feel like I'd be able to accomplish more if I actually had like a firm 9 to 5, because I get distracted really easily. I've never been diagnosed, but I'm like 90% sure I have ADHD. I lose focus all the time. I'll sit my butt in front of the computer, be like, okay, time to work. And then like 6 hours will pass and be like, I did not do the work that I meant to do. So
yeah, like after 6 hours, you did maybe like 3 hours of work.
Yeah,
or something like that.
I'm not the most efficient, so I end up working really long days. Videos, like the good thing that you can do is you can schedule them in advance. So like if you're really efficient, like there are some times where I'll be really organized and I'll shoot like 4 videos in one day, and then I can just space those out and edit those over time. So that makes things a lot easier, because then I only have to set up the light. Well, you only have to set up the lights once. I only have to clean up and do everything once.
If you have someone that can help you, even if they're just like hanging out for the day eating the food, like there was mukbangs and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. That might be tricky to do a bunch in a day, but they can help out by just like doing dishes for you or whatever. Like you're gonna shoot, you're gonna make food or whatever, they'll clean up for you while you're trying to do this, that, the other thing. So it's like getting an extra hand, I think, could be a huge help.
I recommend having a work-life balance. It's just better for like mental health, because that was a rough time for me, like at the very beginning of the channel. Mm-hmm. There are times where I take like a hiatus and I don't really announce it. I just like, I get really burnt out, and so I just take a break from YouTube, because there's no point in me making videos for you guys that are like not my greatest because I'm tired or because I'm burnt out. So I just don't post. And you guys don't seem to notice, so unless you do, and don't tell me, but who knows, whatever. Another question. Was Eddie a vegan when you met him, or did he change his diet throughout the relationship? If so, how did you guys deal with different diets at first and then transition? Were there ever arguments about being vegan? How did you deal with it? So we actually did a video about how we met, and then we talked about your transition over time. But basically from the beginning, you knew that I was vegan because it was in my profile because we met online. Off the bat, we were very like, I'm not gonna judge you for what you eat. You're not gonna judge me for what I eat. And like, I wouldn't be like, oh, like, did you know that that guy was I wouldn't say that kind of stuff. Like, I wouldn't be like, people just want to eat food, right?
It's the same as the whole, was it the...
Like militant vegans?
Yeah.
Like aggressive people?
That's the kind of thing that it's not really much of a secret that turns people away from even considering the idea of veganism or vegetarianism because they're angry. And
you just don't want to be judged when you're eating.
Yeah.
Right? And I wouldn't have dated a non-vegan if I really, like, if that was like a huge issue. Like, it's hard for me to say because like when I was looking for people, I wanted to find someone that like I knew cared about animals and like would maybe go vegan, would maybe go vegetarian. Like that wasn't my goal to like convert you, but it would have made things a lot easier, and it did. And we did have some arguments about it because I think we would talk about it and I would just be like frustrated because you knew why I was vegan. Like you would ask me why I was vegan and I would explain it to you.
Yeah, I would ask you like random questions when it came up. Like I remember one time I asked you about if you had a yard and a chicken in the yard, chicken would also lay eggs, and then I asked if you would eat the eggs if you had a chicken that was just laying eggs.
I mean, chickens don't just lay eggs, just like we don't just pop out babies. Well, I mean, we ovulate once a month, but like for chickens, there's a lot of like stuff about it that I don't know about. Like chickens aren't supposed to lay like 30 eggs a year or whatever. Like they're not supposed to lay that many eggs. I think it's like 10 eggs a year. Something a lot more reasonable, right? Whereas when they do ovulate, like it's a lot on their body. It's not really ours to eat.
Yeah, I know. And that's like pretty much the answer that you gave me is that it also takes like nutrients and stuff away from the chicken. And I think you said that they lay eggs if their nest is empty, but if you leave the eggs in there, then they'll stop laying the eggs. Yeah. So then that was the thing. And I was like, I would just ask questions and you'd give me an answer.
Yeah. But yeah, we did have arguments. We talked about it, but it was never like...
She never gave me an ultimatum. There were a few times that I felt guilty because of the way you would look at me occasionally. Well, but it wasn't like...
I think one of the things that really hit home for you, I think there was one day I said that I was gonna make us lunch, and then I forgot. And then I was like, you need to eat lunch. Okay, let's go get burritos or whatever. And you were at work. And so we met up for burritos, and you got a chicken burrito and I got a vegan burrito. And then I started to feel like really guilty because I was like, that chicken got eaten because I didn't make any vegan lunch or whatever. And you're like, that's not your responsibility. And I was like, yeah, but like today it was. I was like, I failed that chicken. And I think at that point it kind of clicked for you, like what it meant to me.
Yeah,
you don't remember that at all, do you?
I remember it. I don't remember how I felt at that time, but...
I just remember the way that you approached things afterwards was different.
Like the first birthday that we were together, we went to Saigon and Brand.
Oh yeah, with my brother.
And then you asked me to get a vegan dish. Because the reason we would have been going is for your birthday, and if I got chicken, then that was like you giving me the opportunity or whatever to eat chicken, and then failing the chicken. Yeah.
For the most part, like I just cook vegan food anyway, and that's not an issue. Yeah. Okay, so we have a Snapchat. I don't know if it's a question or... Oh, it's a question. Oh. That's it. It's not a question. It's just that I missed you. I'm sorry. I'm still here. I'm just not on Snapchat as much. I have one more question. Oh no, I have two more questions. How do you deal with Omnis acting as the vegan police? Whenever I'm at my in-laws, they're constantly policing me, i.e. that sweater looks like it's wool. Wasn't that chow mein you had made with egg noodles? The list goes on. It's starting to drive me really insane. How do you recommend politely telling people to stop?
With that, it just kind of seems like those people are kind of dicks.
Yeah.
But it's part them being jerks, but also like...
They're just asking.
They're just asking, but from the way that it's worded, and texting is hard to convey tone and all that, but it sounds like they might feel guilty and then they're like getting on you so that they don't feel bad for doing things that they do.
Yeah, it's more of a reflection of how they feel, and that if they trip you up and be like, oh, like they eat honey, or like they accidentally do this, or like they bought something that had wool in it, they're trash, therefore I can keep on eating the way that I'm eating. Which is like kind of shit, but...
Well, it's also broken logic, because like...
Oh yeah.
If I have a sweater that's made from sheep's wool or something like that, but then I also don't eat meat, they eat meat and have the sheep wool sweater.
I can get really snarky sometimes, and when people do that kind of stuff to me, I just whip it back at them, which is probably not the best thing to do all the time.
Get in their face.
But sometimes I just, like the best thing you can do as a vegan and you want to like perpetuate positivity and like non-judgment, just being like, no, I did my research, and like, you can show the label, or you can be like, no, I checked, or like, I got this. Don't worry. You don't have to worry about me. Like, just be like kind about it. But sometimes if I'm in like a really foul mood, I'll be like, yeah, well, did you know that your shoes are made with horse glue? You know, I'll just, I don't recommend doing that. Sometimes it happens with me, but just, you know, just be like, no, I checked. Sometimes you gotta do this.
Yeah. No, I checked.
Yeah. That's so creepy when you do it. Stop. Over time, you get used to it, and it's annoying, and hopefully you surround yourself with people that don't do that kind of thing, but at family functions, sometimes that's just the way it is. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it for questions. Should I answer more? I have a lot of other questions that people keep asking that I haven't answered. So these are questions that like people ask me all the time in the comment section that I'm like kind of tired of answering over and over.
So this is the answer.
One question that I get a lot is, why is your voice so bleh? I don't know, why is your voice the way it is? I can't control it. This is what I meant when I get snarky. I have a low voice. People have asked me if I'm trans. I say no.
Then they don't believe you anyways.
Yeah, they don't believe me, and I'm like, okay. But yeah, my voice is, I have a very distinct voice. It's lower than most other femme folks.
Most women's.
We're all just built differently. I don't know. I didn't create my larynx. Another question is, do you do YouTube full time? No. Do you want to? I don't know, maybe.
I think you do. You just need it to be more successful.
I don't know if that's realistic or practical. I don't know if I can swing that. But who knows?
We'll see. 5-year plan. We talked about it earlier in the video. Click here to
well, if they already watched up to this point. Do you eat honey? So I do not buy commercialized honey. I don't buy any products that have honey in them. I have eaten honey, and I still have honey from before I was vegan, but I like never eat it. But I will eat it if I make something with it. I just like don't usually.
It won't spoil. So,
no.
I mean,
I've had the same like 4 tubs of like honey. My aunt got it for me from like a local apiary, and she got it for me like when I was 19, 20, I think. I've had it for a really long time.
Yeah, that's like 7 years.
Yeah, so I just have them. I will eat them. I just don't typically cook with them, because when I make recipes, or if I cook, I want to make them into things that I can like share with you guys, and I'm not gonna make something that has honey in them because I don't want to encourage people to eat honey. But I don't buy anything that has honey in it. And if I'm at a restaurant, there's like honey in the dressing, I won't eat it because I don't really want it. Would you date someone not vegan? Yes. Do you miss non-vegan things? Yes, which is why I veganize them. Like today, I was talking about deep and delicious cake. I really want to veganize that, like really badly. But that means I have to eat a bunch of cake. It's okay, but I don't want to eat that much cake. I don't like cake that much.
I do.
What do you do for a living? I work in marketing as a food photographer, social media /IT /graphic designer /video editor. It's a lot. I work for a startup. It's a lot of different things. I think a lot of people have asked you what you do.
I'm a community TV producer at the moment.
And sometimes also technical producer. He does like hockey games and like town halls. And
yeah, so we'll take, basically we take a big old truck full of TV equipment. It's like a control room on wheels. We'll drive it out to like a hockey arena or something like that, and we'll set up cameras and stuff like that. We'll do a hockey game so it goes on TV, and we'll pack it all up and go home. And that's usually my days, and that's why my days end up being long, which is why I'll get home at like stupid
12
hours.
Yeah. Those are all the questions for now. If you guys have more questions that you want to ask either me or Eddie, could probably do another Q&A video in the future. So if you like that, then comment down below with more questions.
Over the course of this video, the spiciness is gone.
Yeah, I'm fine. I was really sweaty, but I'm good. I'm good now. So yeah, thank you guys for your questions. I have a feeling that I'm gonna keep getting more questions because I only posted the post like an hour ago. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for 30K. Thank you for watching me sweat for the past like 20 minutes. And yeah, do you have anything to say?
Hope you have a delicious day.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's been a while since I've recorded a video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a delicious day. Bye. What are you doing?
I was looking at the steam on the bowls because it seems to be less steamy than it was a moment ago.
Sorry, I'm taking so long. I gotta take pictures.
I know, camera is first. It's cool.
Oh, I'm gonna have spicy poops later. There's so much liquid coming out of my face. You're such a baby spoon. What is with you with tiny spoons?
Makes my hands look big.
Okay, there's more questions.